So this starts day 7. We actually have here the black robe of the fence monk and Abyss monk robe. So before we go outside, let's take a look at Falk's scroll. And we can have a look at the box. If you see the box has some letters written on it, you can actually press them in any order that you want. So what we need to do is we need to find the secret word which unlocks the box. In order to do that, we need to decipher what Falk has given us. So we need to take the name of the first letter of the name of who said what in that order, and that will allow us to unlock the box. This changes every time, so it's not the same every game. So in this case, we have A for I do not sleep in Winterset Elm, so that is A, the first letter. The second letter is R for Ruiz. The third letter is D for Duir. Fourth letter is E for Eatra. Fifth letter is N for Neon, and then S. So Ardens, the word that will unlock this. Let's try that. So A, R, E, N, S, and the box clicks open, and so now we have two rings. We have the ring that commands fire, and we have the ring that commands water. This is the golden net that the widow has given us. So what we need to do today, we need to go to the willow, because remember Marian asked us to retrieve the that scroll for her, so she's waiting for us here. So Marian is not talking to us until we give her the scroll, so Marian just showed us the hand code of the druids, which is how you will be able to communicate with the spirits of the forest, and this will prove very important later on in the game at the very last days. So he's telling us how to go about it. Now these letters, they are also inside the manual of the game. You really need it if you want to finish the game. Because it's very difficult to remember exactly where each letter is, it's best that you have printed out at least the page of the manual where you see these letters. So this is done automatically, just a small tutorial of how to spell out names and whatever with the hand code. Actually, Sierra used the copy protection using the manual very cleverly in this game. It has a lot of lore from the medieval times and a lot of information about King Richard and the coat of arms and the hand code and various other things that will be interesting if you can download the manual and read. Now Marian just informed us that the Queen's Knight will have a code that we will need to tell him. So in the fair we find out that the Queen Spy will come and we need to give him this scroll so that the Queen's Knight at the end will understand how to talk in the hand language. So Marian now tells us that when we find the Queen's spy, he will show us the coat of arms of the East Saxons. Now this again is in the manual. There are 2 pages which shows around 12 coats of arms, and in each game this changes. So you better be sure to understand exactly which one is the correct one, and you need to find it from the very first try when you encounter the scholar, otherwise you will get less points. So Marian is telling us now that when we find the spy and he shows us the correct coat of arms, we need to give the hand scroll to him. So Marian is giving us another task of what we need to do. So we need to find the green man, so that we gain the protection of the forest. So now we can actually leave, but there are a few things that we need to do. We can show some stuff to Mary, huh? We can show her both rings. So remember she advised us to keep safe the emerald, so if we show it to her again, So finally Robin is getting a kiss from Maria. And we best give them some quiet time for a few seconds. Don't expect that you're gonna be seeing anything on it here again. Well, maybe not here, maybe in Leisure Suit Larry, but Robin Hood was actually. At this point I have to give a lot of credit to Christy Marks, the writer of the game. She actually did write also Conquest of Camelot, and she did a lot of research and studied a lot of lore and folklore regarding the legends of Robin Hood. It's really amazing. I mean, the storyline of Conquest of the Longbow is probably my favorite from all the shared adventure games that came out. I mean, Roberta Williams was amazing with King's Quest and Phantasmagoria and whatever, but I really think that the Conquest of the Longbow is way above any of those games, and unfortunately is not very much appreciated. So let's get going. So what we need to do, we actually need to talk to this green man who is sleeping in this tree, but nothing will happen because now I'm not gonna. We can actually try and shoot the tree, but that is not a very good idea. It'll just turn us into a tree ourselves. So, and we will die. So at this point, it doesn't matter where we will go. We can actually walk sprints, or we can even walk here. Now, some wood imps are gonna be seen running around the forest at some point, and we can do a couple of things with them. This is a small Easter egg. You cannot actually shoot the imp, but I'm gonna show you something that that people don't know. You cannot talk to him because he runs too fast. I'm gonna try and shoot it. Again, I'm telling you, this is a small Easter egg. There is nothing really to it, and the sprite and my arrows have vanished. So Robin is feeling comfortable that he got some gold or gems. So what happened now? We have grown very, 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 very small. Don't worry, there is nothing really to it. You just change the screen and you come back into your normal set. That's a small Easter egg that maybe you've never seen. So as I said at the beginning of these videos, I'm gonna try and show you I'm gonna try and show you all the Easter eggs that you can find. So there's still a couple that we might trigger, we might not trigger because they trigger very randomly. One and no, missed it. So we need to get the imp with the golden net actually. So we need to throw it in front of him as he's running so that he gets caught in the net. I think he's. Nope. So the pixie will take us to the green man, and now we can actually talk to the green man. I do accept that it takes some guessing about what you need to do and how you can actually talk to the green man, because you get the net and it's not really clear what you need to do with it, although the widow tells you that it's gonna save you, and also Marian tells you the same, so you just need to figure out that you need to get one of the pixies, because there is no other way that you... So the green man tells us that he's able to grant us the protection of the druid trees. And he warns us that if we fail his test, we will join the forest. So that means that he will turn us into a tree ourselves. I'm just gonna save this here. So actually my recording blocked and I had to restart. It's good that it blocked actually at this point. So I don't know if I said that in my previous recording, but the green man will now give us some riddles that we need to solve. This is the first time where we need to use the hand code. If we fail, we will become a tree and we will lose the game. I just want to say, I don't know if I mentioned it before, that I don't have the walkthrough actually in front of me. I have played this specific game hundreds of times and I have actually tried stuff that most people have not tried. That is the reason why I know most of the... well, sorry about that. That is the reason why I know most of the Easter eggs that most people don't know, and I know some alternative solutions about solving some problems, etc. If there is enough interest, I will do some separate videos with showing off different ways in solving some situations, which will give you less points. So I know most of the answers of the riddles because I have played the game a lot of times. So but as I said at the beginning of the videos, I will try and explain some things more clearly so that people understand why they answer this and that, and not just do it because they are following a walkthrough. So this riddle: golden treasures I contain, guarded by hundreds and thousands, stored in a labyrinth where no man walks, yet men come often to seize my gold. By smoke I am overcome and robbed, then left to build my treasure anew. So golden treasure, so it's something which has the color of gold or yellow. It is guarded by hundreds and thousands, and it is stored in a labyrinth where no man walks. So it's a labyrinth where no man can enter. Men come and seize the gold, and they seize it by smoke. I'm overcome and robbed. So what is golden and is guarded by hundreds and thousands? Golden is the honey and is guarded by hundreds and thousands of bees. Bees are so the honey is stored in a labyrinth. No man can enter it. The men come to seize it, and by using smoke they disable the bees so that they can get the honey. So the answer in this riddle is beehive or hive. In short, there are various... you can actually spell beehive or hive, both will be accepted. So you need the manual or you need to remember the druid code. So we need to spell out hive in this situation. So If you make a mistake in a letter, you just click here and it gets erased. So 5, and you need to make sure that you press the center of the palm. So that is correct, the first riddle. You can actually do a mistake, I think, a couple of times and it doesn't really matter, but if you do mistake too many times, then you'll get turned into a tree. So, next riddle. So my first master has 4 legs, my second master has 2 legs, my first I serve in life, my second I serve in death. Cure me and I live beyond my death. Tough I am, yet soft beside, against ladies' cheek I oft recite. So there are actually 2 answers to this riddle. So my first master has 4 legs, gives an indication that it's talking about an animal, and my second master has 2 legs. So this gives us an indication that it's a human being. So my first I serve in life, my second I serve in death. So when I die, people get this thing from the animal, and it serves the master with 2 legs, which is a human being. Cure me and I live beyond my death. Tough I am, yet soft beside, against ladies' cheek I oft recite. So ladies like to wear this thing that it's on the animal. So if we try to explain the riddle, so the riddle has 2 answers. You can actually spell out leather and it's correct, but most appropriate, I think it's fair in this case. Either of them is correct. I think there are about 10 riddles, so third riddle, metal or bone I may be, many teeth I have and I always bared, yet my bite harms no one, and ladies delight in my touch. So what comes in metal and bone? Well, bone today maybe we don't get, we get in plastic or ceramic. Or metal for sure you can get. Many teeth I have and always bared. So this thing has a lot of teeth and it always bare teeth, yet my bite harms no one. So it's something which does not harm anyone. Well, at least this is what we would like to believe. And ladies delight in my touch. So ladies use it. It comes metal and bone. It has a lot of teeth. It cannot harm the ladies. At least this is what it says. So the answer in this situation is comb. So C-O-M E. So it's important to understand what the green man is saying. When danger is upon you, seek out the heart of the grove of trees. Only within the grove is the magic powerful enough. So it says that we need to spell out the secret name of the druid trees, and then the trees will hide us and until the danger is past. But we need to spell out the true druid name. So the green man will not talk to us anymore, so that concludes this day. Some things I keep to myself. I think we know about which part he he kept to himself, so Saturday comes, it's the fair, and it's a very interesting day, the fair. We have a lot of things that we can do. There are a lot of in-jokes throughout the fair, although we're gonna see the main ones. I don't think there is any point showing everything at the fair, otherwise this video will become very boring.